Folks, Jeff Jarrett is a busy man, returning tweets and
Come on now, you
returning
got to.
texts. Yeah, I mean, that's,
One man show.
I'm telling you.
My marketing guy over here and my PR guy over
Well,
here.
I mean, what's a typical day like for you? You just got back from New York City, media tour for this movie. You're running Global Force Wrestling. I mean, when do you find time to hang out with Karen and the kids?
What's a typical day? I got Kira and Jacqueline got to be at school at 7:30, so I'm sitting out front of the house at about 10 after. They stroll out about 15 or 20 after. No. Run them to school, come back. Jaren's got to be at school at 8:30, and then I go to the gym. And then the people in the gym sort of stare at me because I have my headphones on with my phone, and that's where
It's funny you mention that because I have a buddy that just became a trainer at the gym where you work out at, and he said he saw you the other day.
Yeah, okay. And that's when I get my...
He's like, I think I saw Jeff Jarrett in there. I was like, yeah,
I get my short emails answered out of that, then get the workout in, and then finish up cardio, and then go to work. We've got a lot coming up. We just announced yesterday we're going to Germany and doing some co-branded shows at the end of April. We're doing in the United Kingdom first week of March, and we're going to be announcing those cities soon. Like I said, we're in Poughkeepsie and Rahway, New Jersey at the end of this month, talking to Italy, and then the international television and domestic. So it's, but I love it. I got, like I said, my oldest is a senior at Hendersonville High School, and Cody, who's coming off got a broken arm, but he'll still beat you up. So I bet he could beat you up. Especially with his cast.
Oh, a lot of people could, trust me.
No.
But yeah, that's great stuff. I mean, keeping busy, doing what you do. When you were wrestling, when you were on the road, when did you know that this Double J character could be somebody special, could be somebody entertaining? You had the long blonde hair, you had the guitar, you had the unique outfits. I mean, you had the whole thing going, man.
Well, the thing was, I started here, and I was blessed to have the opportunity. Started with my father's promotion, and literally I played in the junior college basketball tournament, and was wrestling the following day, Saturday. And so when I got into the business, I got the opportunity. I was wrestling 6 or 7 nights a week for 7 years. And around this area, and then I went to Dallas and went to Japan several times, went to Puerto Rico. So I had honed my craft, and I had several offers to go to WCW 90, 91, 92. And then my dad was close with Vince McMahon. And then when I went in 93, I knew mentally, okay, I'm like a baseball player, rookie ball, single, double, triple, ready to go the big time. I was really eager to go, but I'd always been the hometown Jeff Jarrett from this area, the good guy and all that. But was ready to take that persona. And Vince McMahon, it goes without saying, his track record as a marketer and a visionary. And when we sat down and collaborated on the Double J character, it's real simple, because the people that are the most successful in our business really play an extension of their personality.
It's you with the volume turned up.
That's it. And I love country music, and I was ready to take over the world.
Because you were a pretty effective heel.
Well,
because I couldn't stand you. I'll be.
Well, I don't even like you right now, and I've been around you about an hour right now. Right? No. But no, I mean, when and that's again, it's a different era back then. But they played 13 different. They called them vignettes, character introduction pieces on Superstars and Raw and the WWF programming. So when I appeared live for the first time in Poughkeepsie, ironically it may be, the audience knew me, but they didn't know what to expect. And then I was ready, and again, I turned the volume up, and I really, from the very beginning, and the higher ups, Vince and everybody, we knew that okay, because it is an instantaneous focus group, and that's something that I love about professional wrestling. It's something that it's probably, if you have to put it, it's right up there at the top, because when you walk through the curtain, either you get cheered or you get booed. And if you don't get either one of those, it's time to clock out. And I didn't get any cheers, I can tell you that.
No, the Double J character was great. Plus the song you sang, that was great too. I gotta ask you what it was like working for Vince McMahon. What was that experience like?
I mean, he is so focused and good at what he does, and knows the business. I mean, his dad was a promoter. You can't argue with his success. He's shrewd. Like a Coach Saban, they don't take anything less than your very best effort, and a lot of times your best effort is not good for them because they know you can probably do a little bit more, and if you can't, they're going to push you to that. But he knows what he wants, and still to this day, he's got it as far as a promoter. So he gets a bad rep, and not really deservedly, but he is a taskmaster. He'll work you to the bone, but that's up to you to say no. When you're ready to say, Tap, I got to take a rest, that isn't on his shoulders, that's on the talent's shoulder. It's the nature of our business, but he has taken this business. The WWE Network is something that the whole world, inside the industry, everyone knew that, okay, this is a risk, but let's see where it goes.
Yeah.
Outside the industry, nobody dreamed that he would take all of his pay-per-views and put it on $9.99 a month.
Yeah.
And the risk that he took, and the visionary, and it's one of the top 5 apps and networks in the world. I mean, that covers a lot. I mean, that's a lot of ground. It covers a lot of ground. John Cena, the most followed athlete. I mean, it speaks how high professional wrestling is now in pop culture.
No question about it. Patrick is on line 1. Good evening, Patrick. You're on with Jeff Jarrett.
Hey, how you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm pretty good, pretty good. Sitting there watching y'all now.
Okay.
All
what's
right,
on your
Patrick,
mind tonight?
what's going on?
Not much, man. What's going on, Jeff?
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Just sitting back watching you.
You've told us that twice now, Patrick. You got a question for us?
You got a question for Jeff?
Yes, sir. How can I get into wrestling?
Thanks for the call.
The next event we have is in Poughkeepsie. General admission starts at $20. That's what he's asking, right? Does he want to buy a ticket? I'm kidding.
Yeah. You had me there for a second. I was like,
no, not real sure what exactly he means. But if he's asking about how he can become a professional wrestler,
I believe that's where he's
there
going.
There are schools, good and bad. But what you need to do, I always recommend Ohio Valley Wrestling. It's right up the road in Louisville, Kentucky. Their track record, it speaks for itself. Danny Davis, a longtime friend, Rip Rogers, some old school wrestling fans will know those names. But they've trained Batista, John Cena, Kurt Angle. I could go
Brock
on.
Lesnar, right?
Yes,
And
Brock
trained there
Lesnar.
as well?
So Ohio Valley Wrestling, you can Google it. Ohio Valley Wrestling, OVW. It's a great school. Quite frankly, very economical, and they know what they're doing. They will train you the right way.
Is there a match or an opponent that stands out in your career when you were in the ring?
Boy, I was on the media tour the last couple of days. I got to ask that question a lot. Shawn Michaels and me had a series of matches in the 90s when we were both much younger men, and I don't think I appreciated it at the time. Though that series of matches is something that will stick with me. And then just a couple of years ago, I was, in my early 40s or whatever, I had a series of matches against Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
And Kurt,
I remember those were really good.
Olympic gold medalist, so his athletic ability speaks for itself. We had a series of matches that at that stage in my career, I like to think I pushed him a little bit, but he certainly pushed me.
Yeah.
They were very, very physical, to say the least.
Yep.
To say the least.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any one match when you win the world title. When I did that at WCW and got to wrestle Flair and Nash and Goldberg and Steiner and different names like that, those are some special. Diamond Dallas Page, we had a series of matches. So I like to think of it back on series of matches and feuds and like that. But any wrestler that gets in this business that doesn't say they want to be a world champion at least once is lying. And I attained that goal so multiple times, but the first time is always the special.
Absolutely. One more break. We'll come back with Jeff Jarrett after this.